Well, this is super exciting. Roll Road sent me this e-bike and it is a monster, but it's got a really cute name. It's called the Emma 2.0. Let's get cutting into all these boxes and see what's inside and put it all together. And then right afterwards, we're gonna take it out for a full review. The Emma 2.0 coming up next. Alrighty, so we've got really nice looking straps here. Elasticated strap with what looks to be one big basket. And as I said, it's a huge box, so it's all neatly packaged. We've got inside, we've got the charger, and it is a 3-amp charger, pedal and tools apparently. Yes, indeed, 2 pedals. Feels like a tool bag. Oh wow, lots of bolts and nuts and Allen keys and wrenches. Oh, 1 light. 1 mudguard with great big thick Kenda tires. These zip ties are very strong. At the bottom here, we have a nice long seat. I'm just gonna flip this upside down and then drop the tire into the forks. Okay, now I've got this finger tight. I'm just gonna flip it. Put the kickstand down, the handlebars next. The battery says 48 volt, 20 amp hours, 960 watt hours. So that's a big battery. Let's take this 4 bolts out. Indicators as well, which is kind of nice. Comes with a couple of keys. There are a couple of plugs over here just to be plugged in so that you turn everything on. I'm charging up the e-bike, ready to go for first test. I'm gonna do a full review this afternoon, so I wanna make sure everything's tickety-boo. Pedals on. Okay, let's tackle the seat next. Looks like we've got 6 bolts. I'm just gonna be straight with you. I've got a teeny weeny bit of a problem. The problem is this. This lovely e-bike arrived at the airport last night. I picked it up. This morning, I've spent the last hour or so just putting it all together. I haven't had the time to actually put the basket on at the back. So what I'm actually gonna do next is, because I've arranged with Michael, St. Michael, I'm my famous cameraman, to come down and film with me at noon, because this is the last day of sunshine that we're gonna have here for about a week or two. And I really wanted to get this video out. So with that being said, this part of the video is gonna end, and the next part is me and Michael going for a ride this afternoon without the basket. So as I said earlier, my apologies. I didn't get quite everything put together in time, but I did. I popped the headlight on. I did not put the basket on the back. What else did I do? Oh, I put the front fender on, and then Michael was right here, so I ran down the stairs, hopped on it, and we just rode right through the park. And I've literally just had about a minute and a half riding on it. So let me share with you a couple of things. I did mention earlier that it's a 48 volt battery with 20 amp hours in it, which is really lovely. I may not have mentioned the fact that it's got a Bafang 1000 watt motor at the back, which peaks out at about 1800 watts. Something I did notice though, because I live on the 3rd floor of an apartment building, we don't have an elevator, so I have to carry it up and down the stairs. So carrying it down the stairs, it's one of the heavier bikes. It's about 93 pounds, but it's awesome. It's absolutely amazing. It's such a sweet ride. It's not the kind of ride so far that you'd want to like be pedaling a lot from. It's more of a like motorcycle moped style, but let me share with you what I like and what I don't like about the Emma 2.0 coming up next. One of the things I'm really liking is the suspension. It's got 4, like dual suspension, front and rear, and the rear suspension, I've never seen anything like it. But we're gonna be descending here off the top of this little hill / mountaintop, and I gotta tell you, the brakes are awesome as well. 4-piston hydraulic, which is really nice. So that combination is beautiful. It's so smooth. And that squealing noise is actually Michael, not me. These are silent. So far, I'm really enjoying this. It's a really quite a different feel for an e-bike for me, because I'm actually lower to the ground. It feels more moped, more motorcycle style riding than I'm accustomed to, but it's very comfortable. The seat itself is huge and quite comfortable, really well padded. The suspension, coming down the side of the mountain it's lovely, and the brakes are very powerful. The one thing that I have found when I was going through the literature on it, it's got a 450-pound weight capacity. So if you're a bigger guy and you're looking for an e-bike that you just need to be able to get around town on, this might be just your ticket. Now, it's also got, you can probably tell at the front here, it's got the headlights and it's got indicators. So I can indicate right here, go left and right. Now, of course, it's really bright and sunny, so you're not gonna be able to see it particularly well on a bright sunny day like today. But at nighttime, it looks like this. And doesn't that look amazing? So let me talk a little bit more about what it feels like to be on this. As again, it's very much moped feeling, to that point that you can't really, you can ride, you can certainly use the pedals, but not great. Like, you'll find I'm 6 feet tall, just over, and I'm finding that my legs are splayed out a little bit more. That's probably because the saddle itself is so wide that your knees sort of just kind of maybe pronate out just a little bit. Is that right? I always forget which one's which. And so if that's the case, and that's not the style of electric bike that you're looking for, then this is not going to be a good fit for you. But if you're basically just want to ride around the city, do a little bit of pedaling, but primarily just using the battery and this beautiful Bafang 1000 watt motor, this is lovely. It's actually quite luxurious. So anyway, Michael and I are going to continue on right through the city. We'll take up the Hill of Death next. And I want to share with you guys a couple other kind of interesting things that I really am finding lovely about the EMMA 2.0. Alrighty, here we go. Oops. No pedaling, we're just going to give it the beans, full throttle.
The Hill of Death.
I'm going to have to pedal a little bit at the top here, but a little bit of pedaling and it made it up here. No problem. One of the things I really find, as we sort of mature, if you like, in the e-bike industry, is seeing some of the things on the EMMA 2.0 that you wouldn't have seen a few years ago. So for example, down here I can see there are quick releases from the battery. So if you had to do a tire change or something like that, you could just unplug the power supply from the battery to the actual motor, front and back. Again, for maintenance, that just makes so much sense. The display is absolutely lovely. It's full color, allowing me to go, when I'm pressing over here, I can scroll through to pass level 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5, and back down again. It's got the control. If I switch on the light, this will automatically dim because it thinks it's at nighttime. And then I can click on the information tab over here, and I can scroll through and see, what the average speeds, odometer reading, trip, and maximum speed. One of the things I do like is the cruise control. The cruise control is kicking in, and it's really nice. It means you can just relax. Pick a speed and away you go. Also here on the cockpit on the right hand side is that half throttle, which is really nice and responsive. The Shimano 7-speed derailleur is controlled up here. Again, thumb and finger makes it really simple. And then on this side, we've got the headlights on and off, and indicator left, right, and of course the ever pleasant horn, which is going to go off now, and it's going to be awful. Yeah, that's horrible. You're going to want to get a bell because that's really ugly sound. Alrighty, speed test. Here we go.
The team at Roll Road did let me know that it is limited to 28 to 30 miles an hour. But if you'd like to have it unlimited, if that's something you can do where you live, you can do that. Now, a little bit later on, I was cruising along here at 28 miles an hour trying to catch up to this e-bike. And I just let off the gas just a little bit here. And then all of a sudden, this guy, out of nowhere, flew right past me.
So, EMMA 2.0 is an absolute delight. Super easy to put together. I know it took a little bit longer and I didn't put this on, but honestly, it doesn't look that complicated. Putting the front tire on, super easy. it was basically 95, I think they say 95% complete. And I would agree with that. It was a pretty simple thing to put together. It's a heavy, heavy e-bike. 93 pounds is a lot of weight, but it's so comfortable, so comfortable. I think it's quite fitting today that we're actually at the start of the Great Trail. That's a trail that goes from here on Vancouver Island, Victoria, British Columbia, all the way across Canada. And I think this is a lovely trail bike. It was so smooth going across the trestle bridge with all those wooden little gaps. You know, super, super uncomfortable, but this is comfortable. The suspension's comfortable. The brakes are lovely and very responsive, very strong. The Bafang motor at the back is super powerful. When you need the peak, it gives you the peak. It made it up the hill of death. Yeah, I had a little bit of pedaling at the top. That's a really steep hill, and it made it up there, no problems whatsoever. The lighting, oh, this lighting is fantastic. You know, turning it on, the indicators left and right, front and back, and brake lights that come on when you touch the brake at the back as well, which again, I think that's just so important and just uber safe. So if you're looking for a big guy approved e-bike, 450 pound weight capacity, and you just want to cruise around town, you don't want to be pedaling a lot, the Emma 2.0 might be just for you. And if you'd like to support the channel, there may be a little discount coupon code in the description down below. Check it out.